Hello there, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up on your way in, and I always appreciate comments under this video to remind me who came along and what chat, so I can make sure to prioritize your channel and go and look at your channel too. So thank you for that. As you can see, I've got my chat back. Well, you probably could see the chat anyway last time, but when I was doing last live on Monday, and if you don't know, I do lives Mondays and Wednesdays, and I had no chat. Oh dear, I couldn't see it at all. So I do apologise to anyone in the chat. I might rushed in his laptop, but you know I have problems looking backwards and forwards. So I didn't really get to see very much of it. So I apologise if I didn't read any of your comments on that one. And I've played it back and I don't get the chat in that either. So I do apologise. I know Anne was on and was doing a great job for me. So check out Anne Dale Homestead. She's one of my great, awesome moderators. So do check that out. And thanks, Anne, for that. And as I say, I could look now and then little bits, and I just saw the bottom ones. I saw a couple of people that were in, but I'm very sorry if I didn't read all your comments and missed anything. And as I can do a live without the chat, obviously that's what I'm here for. I want to talk to you all and say hello and everything else. So do check out my Monday chats as well. The times are the same on Mondays and Wednesdays, and in the description below of the times. So do check that out. My Monday lives are completely different to the Wednesday ones. The Wednesday ones are a normal chit chat, update, and the like, and I have got some things to catch you up with. And the Monday ones are more segments. Oh, thanks for all the thumbs up. I'm ahead of time, so I see things before some of you see things. So yeah, the Monday ones are segments, lots of little short segments, and they're little gardening segments. And what did we do this week? We did, the gardening segment, I did different herbs and what bugs they deter or bring into your garden. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, then we did that. What else did I do on Monday? I always do jokes on Monday and jokes on Wednesday. So the Monday ones has jokes, but as I say, lots of segments. Oh, I know something we did on Monday. I do segments about old-fashioned pastimes. So it might be things from your era when you were a child, or it might be a different generation to you. So different pastimes. And I was talking about Cluedo, or a lot of your countries call it Clue, the board game, and all the history of that, and some really interesting bits and pieces on that. So, as I say, lots of really short little segments, all sorts of things, little craft segments sometimes. I do a segment of different things that you might like to try, new to you, new to do. So that kind of thing. What else did we do on Monday? Other segments. Oh, I always show you a book from my reference book section. So all sorts of books, different types of books there. So as I say, I apologise to anyone that I didn't get to read your comment because I couldn't see them. And as I say, my playback, it's not there either. So it's we use Slim Jet is the, don't know what to call it, like the, what runs the computer. The what? The browser. And I've got a really old laptop anyway, so it's that's been playing up. So last night Mike came and gave a thorough clean to my computer, and he runs 2 different cleaners for me. And I don't know if any of you can actually do anything else while you're running your cleaners, but not on this laptop. So I was a bit out of all the channels that I like to watch. I just popped in and said hello to a couple, but we had to run that, and seems to be all right today. So anyway, so here we go. Let's start with what I always do on the Wednesday, and I do my mood board behind me, what mood I'm in today. Let me see. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that. Not that one today. Certainly not that one. Not that one. Not that. Not that one. I've got a few. Oh, I'm going to take this one. I'm going to say this. It's stressed out. Now, I wouldn't say stressed out. I would say frustrated. And this is what I'm going to talk about as my catch up with you, my main catch up today, later on. What we were talking about on Monday and my update on that. And as I said on Monday, hopefully by today, I would either have good news about what happened or bad news about what happened. So I'll fill you in. So obviously, if I'm frustrated, let's say it's still ongoing, but I'll fill you in on that in a bit. So let's get that up. So I don't have a frustrated, but I would say frustrated is indeed what I am today. But we'll get to that. I always do what I'm reading. I've been a bit busy in the garden. I'll chat about that in a minute, what else I've been doing in the garden. So I'm still on the same book as before. I'll still show it because I've got new people. Hi, Ashley. Jason Statham's in the chat. What do you mean? I'm not with you there. What's that? Jason Statham's in the chat. Fill me in, Ashley. I'm a bit slow. How would that be? You got me there. I'm really curious now. You know how to bug me, don't you? Oh, you stand up. Of course you are. Of course you are. I love you, Ashley. I really do. Yeah, all go and check out Ashley's allotment diary. And really, you will think it is Jason. Sorry, I'm just so used to seeing you. It didn't compute. Yeah, do all go and check out Ashley's allotment diary. I mean, you'll be amazed what you'll think Jason is doing. So yeah, I'm still on this book. I've got another page marked because some of you may know, I know I've got a lot of new people, so do forgive me, long timers, if I repeat myself a little bit. I study brain and learning, different ways of learning and memory and what parts of the brain do and all those kinds of things. And it was very interesting. In the middle of this book, they suddenly speak about there's a boy in it who's 8, and they think he's autistic or something similar to that. They call them savants. Now, that's not actually quite the correct word, a savant. If you know what a savant is, it's more scientifically learned people, really. Anyway, and it suddenly talks about Kim Peek. Now, some of you probably won't know who Kim Peek is until I tell you that's who the film Rain Man was based on, was actually Kim Peek. So that's interesting for some of you. And they're saying Kim was severely mentally disabled and couldn't even get dressed by himself. So that's the real person we're talking about, obviously. Yet he had memorised 12,000 books and could give a lightning quick answer to almost any factual question. And he was known as Computer. And then there's other things, other people that were of note of these kind of conditions, let's say. And another one they talk of is Stephen Wiltshire, an autistic English boy who was extremely withdrawn as a child and uttered his first word when he was 6. It happened to be paper. And by the age of 7, Stephen was able to draw groups of buildings perfectly and in the minutest detail, having seen them for just one brief moment. And funny enough, I was talking about this, I think it was on Monday. He was flown above London in a helicopter, and when he landed, he drew the entire city in a fantastic, dizzying panorama and with wonderfully individual touch. And they go on to other cases here. There's a girl, I think her name's Nina, and she's very famous in this sort of field. So it was just amazing that it was suddenly about these things and case studies that I know of and have been very interested and studied as well. They did talk in the book about saying that I think it was Nina that when they got her to speak finally, she then lost her ability. She was someone who could draw and do fantastic things. And they said she lost her ability, but they said there's been no other case where that's occurred where someone's learnt to speak. So they think that was a one-off. Hey there, Katie, how are you? I hope you're having a great day. I certainly am now. I've got you and Ashley in the chat. You make my day fine. I've been on Katie's channel today. What did I watch on your channel? I think I watched 3 different ones on your channel, but I haven't been on Ashley's today. Ooh. Hey, the evening's early, Ashley. And then, as you know, guys, I just write down who's in the chat to make sure I prioritise your channels. But as you two know in the chat, I'm on your channels anyway because I love them. Ashley and Mayfield. I don't know if you've covered it in your channel, but is Mayfield Ranch, is that the name it already was, or did you name it, or is it the family name? So interested in that. I don't always, when I go to a new channel, I don't always start at the beginning, but I jump around a little bit. But then I do like to go back to the beginning if someone started a journey. What else do I do? I always show you my cross stitch. Yeah, check out Ashley. He's a great guy. He looks like a famous actor. I'm putting his comments who you think he looks like. Oh dear. Yeah, and Ashley, you want to go on Katie's channel. She has donkeys amongst other things. So you're like loads of animals there. Oh, sorry, Jason. Sorry. Sorry, Jason. I think an alien from a rose, excuse me, just talking to Ashley, it's between us. An alien from a rose was born and it went down and sucked Ashley out of fullness. I'm so glad you're in the chat. I've had a bit of a sad day, so this is brilliant. Yes, the other thing I do. Excuse me. Sorry if you got headphones on. Got overexcited then. Katie said, oh, it's Gary's last name. Right. He really wanted to call it a ranch, but it's more of a farm. We have a bunch of animals, but they're all rescued except the chickens. We bought them for eggs. I don't think I had Gary's name, actually. I'm not sure I've seen Gary yet, actually. No, I don't think I've seen Gary. I would have gone, who's that? What's his name? I haven't come across Gary or videos yet. Yeah, so the other thing, getting back to the live, is I show my cross stitch. Now, I haven't done any more since last time, but as I say, I have new folk, so I'll show what I've done so far. And those who don't know, I don't copy this. I just use different bits from different pictures and I make my own overall picture. And sometimes I have to try and change the sizes of things. But I thought I haven't got any cross stitch of homesteady, farmy, gardening, that kind of thing. So I'm putting that right. And as I can't show you anything new, if you've seen some gardening videos, I'll be sure to look. As I haven't got anything new cross stitch to show you, I thought I'd show you another one I've done a long time ago. I just like these. So we've got 3 pictures. I hope that's not reflecting too much. So I did that like stone cottage, I suppose. Then I did that one, which I suppose is more cottage stroke manor house type of thing. And I did that one. Let's call that a chalet bungalow, let's say. And then I bought the frame from IKEA, or as they say, IKEA, and I thought they went in rather nicely. And I hang that in my kitchen. So that's where that goes. I thought I'd better show you something. I can't keep showing you, look, my book I haven't read anymore, and look, my cross stitch I haven't done anymore. So if I haven't done anymore, I'll show you something else I've done. Jason says, that was a memorable moment, the alien rose. Yeah, I told you it's been covered over now with, what's it called? Everlasting golden something, the plant. It's covered with that. Covered. So that's the cross stitch. And I know you're all here for the jokes. I do jokes on Mondays and Wednesdays because why not? It cheers me up. So hope you enjoy them too. Okay. It's because I mark which ones I'm going to do, and then I've marked them if I've done them, so you don't keep hearing the same jokes. Okay. So we have, I couldn't quite remember how to throw a boomerang, but then it came back to me. It's that one. Whoa. Done an aeroplane thing. At a convention, Bill, Jim, and Scott shared a room on the 75th floor of a hotel. After a long day of meetings, they found the elevators were not working and would have to use the stairs all the way up to the 75th floor. Bill said, I have a way to break the monotony. I'll tell jokes as we go up the first 25 flights of stairs. Jim can sing us songs for the next 25 floors. And Scott can tell stories the rest of the way. And so Bill told his jokes. And then on the 26th floor, Jim began his songs. At the 51st, I told you I can't do numbers. At the 51st floor, it was Scott's turn. I will begin with a very sad story. Once there was a man who left his hotel room key on a table on the first floor. Jason's getting a cuppa. I haven't got many jokes today. Oh dear. On that one. Roses are red, violets are blue, sunflowers are yellow. I bet you're expecting something funny, but no, these are just some gardening facts for you. And last one for today. A man is talking to the police on the telephone. I found a suitcase with a cat and 4 kittens in it in the forest. Are they moving? Said the policeman. Honestly, I have no idea, said the man, but that would explain why they have a suitcase. Think about it. Oh dear. That's very good. So, what else? Oh, updates. What we got here? Funny. Updates. Animal updates. Kit's been in quite a few videos now. Who's the new cat? Not our cat, but it's arrived and we got it done. So a friend of mine had vouchers, so we got the cat done. It's a boy, obviously, and yeah, Kit's really settled in. So Kit keeps. I think I might have posted one with Kit in it. Yes, because someone mentioned, oh, Kit's adorable. Yes, Kit just follows me around all the time between my legs. So we now have 4 cats. 2 are ours and 2 are not really, but they live here now. So we have Pebbles and Fossil, and now there's Mr. Colin Waffles, and now Kit. And there's another cat I just named PJ that hangs about, but he goes. I think he must be a sort of more wild male cat. The police were on your allotment yesterday. I think they were looking for traces of an alien landing and or searching for Ashley, but he wasn't buried in the allotment, maybe. What happened there then, Ashley? Or is it on your channel? If it's on your channel, just say it's on my channel. Watch it, Dawn. Watch it. uh, Update, yes, I have the frogs and toads. I've now counted them. I've edited, I think that's the next one up. Let me look, because I write down, I get mixed up with what I've filmed, what I've edited, and what I've actually posted. And I did post today. It's next up. Next up is an update on the toads and frogs. So what's today? Wednesday. So I'll probably post it Friday. And I've done a count up, and I'll just tell you the title of the video. Over 1,000 baby toads and frogs. Yes, yes indeed. And towards the end of the video, I've actually paused it, and I've put something about if you want to do a quick count up of just the ones in this area, because they're all still swimming around as well as on the toys. I've put little floats out for them. Oh dear. So yeah, you'll see that. What did I post today then? Update on some other growing areas, because new people, I've got a whole lot of land with lots of different growing areas and different methods. So I've got hugelkultur, raised beds, roof scout, tyres, ground, all sorts. And I've got fruit trees, I've got fruit forests and all sorts. So that's what's coming up there. And yeah, Ashley, you was one who saw my project tomato. I'm glad you thought it was good, as I put, as soon as a gardener says, oh, that's a good idea, I'm well pleased, really pleased about that. What have I got on my other channel? My other channel is linked below, I believe, because I just copy and paste each time I do a live. So you've got all my email there, PayPal, what else is there? My address, in case you want to either send something or send me pictures or letters or whatever. Jason says, no, they were on my radio. Ashley, what are you growing on that allotment? They were on my radio, Roxy does. Oh, this makes me want to go back and do StreamYard again, because I'll just pull you up and let you get on with it. Oh, you got me again. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's brilliant. You really had me then, didn't you? There's me like, ooh, put it up and we'll come and watch your channel. Oh dear, you're just what I need today, Ashley. Oh, Jason. Yeah, so my other channel, Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. Today I posted on that, I've basically titled it Goats, Horses, Turkey, Duck, Guinea Pigs, Chickens, Budgerigars, Hens, Dove, Stables, Small Holding Growing. That's not here, that's the stables where me and Mike go and help sometimes, and I filmed all their animals there. It's mostly stables, but they do some growing there a little bit. And as I say, all the animals I've listed, he has there. He's got a sheep as well, actually, one sheep. It was a lamb, but now it's a sheep. So that wasn't in the video because that was old footage. So yeah, and next Wednesday, because I only post Wednesdays on that channel. As I do my dance channel, I only post Wednesdays, but this channel I'm now going to try and post Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So today, this Monday was the first day I posted on a Monday. So on Tranquility, next week will be some of my recipe books. So I'm showing you slowly all my different types of recipe books, and also in that your work is done. Oh, don't go. I also show you how I store my recipes, which do get a bit out of hand. I've got a lot on computer, but I tend not to go and look at them unless I'm very specifically wanting something on there. So yeah, so that's what's on that channel coming up. Any more animal news? No, it's just really when you see the frog and toad one, make sure you watch to the end, because I put something a bit funny at the end of the toad and frog update one. Projects. Mike's very busy doing crazy paving with all the slabs that we salvaged quite many videos back that was all thrown away and discarded, and he salvaged them from the side of the road. So you have to look out for all the different areas he's slabbing, and eventually we got some we want to do around the swimming pool as well, but that's going to be a long way off yet. We've got other projects first. What am I doing? Gardening really at the moment. What am I growing at the minute? I've just planted some more cabbage, cauliflower, spring onions. I've transplanted my aubergines, and I've got another area I want to put those. I think my rosella can be transplanted. Anyone who knows, I'm sure my Aussies will watch this later. The pot is about that big, I forget what size you call it, and the rosella is the same size again. So to me, it's starting to look like it needs transplanting. Is that big enough to do in an open bed? I know, like, if you put in small areas, I would think it would be all right. I've got two, and I want to put them in two different places. My one lonesome snake bean is doing rather well. I've had it covered with a bottle for a long time. I thought I need to get out now because it's so hot here now. I think it'll suffocate a bit. My cucumbers are doing the best ever. Last year was my first time I actually got cucumbers growing. Hey, Blue Pam. Blue Pam. Blue Pam. Hey, honey, sending love. Elbow deep packing. Oh, packing. Yay. Yay. Yeah, I love packing. I wish I could come and help you. Oh, great. I'm going to have to catch up with your channel and see what's going on. Like I said, yeah, so the cucumbers are the furthest I got. Last year I actually grew them, and they're quite tall, and they had all the yellow flowers on, and then they just started dying back. So this year I've got a little bit further. You'd be more than welcome. Oh, if I had a passport, I'd be there. I don't have a passport. And I won't be allowed on the plane now anyway. So this year we're at that stage. I would say they're taller and the leaves look much bigger. I've hand pollinated them, but has anyone got any other tips for cucumber? They're all planted out where I'm going to leave them. I think that was the trouble last year. I moved them, and maybe I should have just left them be. What else did I want help with? Oh, I've got all different types of corn, or sweet corn. I've got is it anasazi, and I've got the blue popcorn. I forget what it's called. Blue popcorn, and there's another sweet corn. Got three types. You've seen this before. This is my garden plan. I'll just show you briefly in case you haven't seen it. So, for example, I have a video on this, so do look it up if you want to know. And that's my hugelkultur bed. one row of it, and then it continues on in a straight line. That's my other hugelkultur row. It's all one long row. You can see how many hugelkultur beds I've got, if you'll know. Good news for Pam, yeah. I've been following what's been happening. I got up to the, was it an OT? The OT came and seemed to be very positive and helpful. That was the last bit I got to. So that's where I'm up to on your story. The OT came. I don't think I saw anything after that about the situation. No, I think that's the last I heard. The OT was, and then the next one after that. Or I jump around your channel, so I get mixed up if I followed all of one channel. I think you've been to see your sister or something. Was something whether that was before or after. And then this is, oh, the circles are my tyres. I've got an area growing tyres. And then the A's and F's and all that, these are trees. So big trees, A apple trees, L lemon tree. There is a pomegranate tree there as well somewhere. Oh, here between the tyres. Another apple tree there between. So that's one of my tyre areas. I call that area my apple orchard, and I'm keeping them very small. They're like miniature apples. Well, miniature apple trees, not miniature apples, they won't be any good. And I had quite a lot of blossom on those this year, so hopefully the most I've got is one tiny little apple. This is my raised beds, and there's now 2 more raised beds. One is active and the other one's not quite finished being built. So I've got 4 big ones, a little wooden crate up here, which is my opera I have in there, and a tub next to it. I have some opera as well. This is like, I've got like vegetable growing areas, vegetable patches, I suppose you'd call them. So we have that. I also have goat feeder where you see all my tomatoes and the backs of toilet cisterns. As you can see, I have more tyres, a row of tyres here. I have a massive bed here, which at the moment is overrun with chard that I'm letting go to seed. Actually, do you know what? After the last health episode I had, I've got skin here. This is why I didn't recognise myself afterwards. I hate it, and it's like you just come sort of out of your condition and you look different. And I've got big bags under the backs of my arms, and I have a massive waist and hip area, and I really don't like it at all. Oh, happy to be alive. And then we have this area as well. These is again more what you just call growing beds. They're raised off the ground, but they're not raised beds. They're just stones around them. And so these are small areas. And as you can see, I have 2 baths, old baths, which from the patio side is level, but this side, they're like raised, if you like, because I'm on the mountainside. So we have that area as well. So, and that's not all my areas. Oh yeah, rabbit. In case we don't have rabbits, in case you'll know, I have 2 old rabbit cages. Not quite the standard rabbit cages. They're on legs, and I put sort of things I don't want birds to get in them. I had the cauliflower in them this year. Oh yes, I was looking up what the sweet corns are. Anasazi sweet corn is one. Mini blue popcorn, that's the one I can't think. And Aztec corn, which is the one I've got zucchinis planted between. Because Josh gave me the seed, said, I think it was him who told me you can put zucchinis between those. So yeah, the help with the corn is I've got a whole episode of videos on those, how it was going last year, my first time growing any type of corn, sweet corn, and how it was a disaster, but how I tried to bring it back. And I did end up with not enough to eat, but enough that I could keep the seeds, or not seeds, what do you call them on sweet corn? I suppose they're seeds. They're not really seeds, are they? But the kernels the kernels. I had enough that I could grow some more this year as well, but it was a disaster. But I think the video's called something about do what you can do or use what you do have. Don't give up, that kind of thing. So I want more info about those. They're probably about this tall now, and some are that tall. There's small varieties. Now I learned last time that you heal them up, like heal them a bit, and I know not to overwater them. You just keep them moist, I would say, rather than damp. That's all going good. But what else? Oh, I know about the tassels. I forgot what you call them, silks and tassels or whatever. Beauty's own skin deep. What's inside your heart that will refine beauty? Oh, thank you. Yeah, but it's like coming to, and you look in a mirror and you don't recognise yourself anymore. It's like I aged and deteriorated overnight. It's quite shocking, as in not so much how I look, although that's shocking, but just to suddenly say, well, I suppose, yeah, when you have comas and things, sometimes people come out and it's like years later, isn't it? So things have changed then. But yeah, so that's my question. So it's basically any help to make sure my sweet corn is good, and any help just to actually get a cucumber this year would be good. I think these were the Boston pickling cucumber because these are from Josh this year, and I did have some from, was either Texas Jan gave me some or Jane gave me some, because I got seeds from both of them at the same time. I did write down who's done what, but top of my head I can't remember. But someone gave me some cucumber as well. So yeah, tips on those would be good. My aubergine seem to be doing really well. I've like gone my aubergine crazy, and I've got 3 or 4 different types. You see me do the transplanting of the, what I call the pink ones, the sort of marbly looking ones. I've got the long purple ones. Got 2 more. I've got a round one, which is new to me this year. I think there's a 4th one, like another what I call normal looking at aubergine. And I've got another area I want to put those. I've put a whole load in the hugel bed, one of the hugel beds, and they're doing really well in there because I think they need to be kept quite moist. And also, I like to spray them with a hose. Mike's fixed me a hose down there now, so though the hugels don't need watering, I like to, if I've got new seeds in there, I like to give it a sprinkle or whatever, just help them along. And I like to sprinkle those because it stops whitefly going on them, because whitefly like dry. Now I would have thought they like damp, but they like dry. So as long as you don't let the leaves dry out. I understand that view. I felt after I had the stroke. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm aging anyway, but it was literally overnight, really. So it didn't creep up on me. It was like, what else am I growing? Obviously, same old, everything I've always done. Melons, zucchinis. I've got so many different types of zucchinis this year. And the first one that's ready this year is about this size, a round one called round zucchini. That's ready to hit harvest. I'm just debating. I'm going to do something the weekend with it. I don't know whether to make zucchini bread or cake or what to do with that one. All our lemons have got really big lemons. I did make lemon milk cake last time. I don't know if that's on this channel recipe or more likely the other channel, because I do recipes on both. So yeah, we'll get to those. Unfortunately, I'll talk about the situation now, but unfortunately, the monetarisation I was hoping to get, I was going to put that with the money that people have donated to me to get a second freezer. I've got a freezer with a fridge, but you know, they're never really big. And by the time we've got say, ice cream in there, which is essential. That's our treat during the summer. Apart from sort of things like that and a few bits and pieces, there's not really room. So I want to get like a chest freezer, but you can get a tall, thin one, like not a massive long one. And I wanted to get that, and I was going to put, I think they owed me on monetarisation, it said my first payment was, I think, €73. And I was like, right, with that and the money I've got so far donated, I'm going to get that, because now everything's starting to be ready. This was the year I wanted to preserve everything, prep and all that, rather than just use it like I've done up to now. When something's ready, we cook it, eat it. But I've grown far more this year, and that was my idea. So that's a no. So let's talk about the situation. So this is good news, bad news. Briefly, I'll recap if you wasn't here Monday. Long saga with YouTube. First of all, you couldn't be monetarised if you lived in Cyprus, which I knew from day one of joining YouTube. So I am a true channel that isn't on it to be monetarised. They now have a thing that instead of 1,000 views and you get ads, they are now, if you read their policy properly, I can't remember which update of it was, if you now have 100 subscribers, they have a right to put ads on, but you don't get monetized until you're the 1,000 and the set amount of viewing hours. So I thought, well, they're going to put ads on anyway. I am at over 1K, 1.43, I think I'm at the moment currently. And I'm all for fair play. So I'm like, not that I'm doing it for the money, but if they're making ads, because you can't take the ads off. So if you choose not to be monetized, they still will put ads on your channel, but don't give you the money. So why would you not take the money anyway? And obviously it would be a big help to me. So I campaigned for a long time, and with my brain condition, it's very hard to do all this paperwork and talk to people, as in trying to sort these things out, and bureaucracy and all the rest of it. But I campaigned, and I finally got YouTube to allow Cyprus to be monetarised. And on Monday, I explained why it wasn't and how I got over that. So that's fine. Then they send you, if you don't know, a PIN number. AdSense is who does the adverts. And to get the PIN number, I thought this is going to be a situation, because it says they don't send the secure PIN number, which opens your account to AdSense. They do not send it to P.O Box, and that is all I have, P.O Box. We're totally remote, rural. There's no road names for miles around. So I thought, here we go. So yeah, we'll monetize you, but you still not get money. And I campaigned again, and it's been going on for, well, look back at whatever date I started YouTube. So I campaigned, and I got them to send, I played the discrimination card, and I finally got the PIN number sent to my P.O Box, which says you could get paid by YouTube for your adverts. Now, there's been other bits in between. So now anyone in Cyprus can be monetized. But bear in mind, people in Cyprus have been being paid way before Cyprus monetized by using other people's addresses. Now, I was told you couldn't use another address unless your name is on their bills or whatever else. So how they're doing that, they must have their name on someone else's papers somehow. I don't know. But I'm trying to do things correctly. Anyway, so I got the AdSense number. Now, the next thing is, fairly recently, you need to fill in the American tax form. Now, here, as soon as you fill in a tax form, you have to start paying tax, even if you haven't started work. So you don't fill it in until you start to work. Anyway, I've got around that. I eventually filled it in, didn't know what on earth it was all about. Now they've come back again, and first of all, they came back and they said it's different to the tax information we have on you previously. So I'm starting to think they just want you to put in more information to sell your info on, because I haven't got any tax paperwork in Cyprus at all. And that's the only contact I have, because I got married in Cyprus. They can't even trace what my name was before. There's no way. So I was like, well, that's all I've got. So now they come back again and they basically say, we now still can't send you the money because on the tax form you've got P.O Box, and you can't use that. So I'm asking anyone who, particularly in America, have you got a P.O Box and can you use it on your tax form? So I have plan J now, which basically means I've got one more plan that I've initiated today. And this is the other thing, you can't talk to anyone. And it says as well, if you mustn't contact anyone else, you must only link up with this one person, because it gets out of hand and they put claims out different ways and it will just delay any questions. Now, all this person the email keeps coming from keeps putting, well, sorry, I can't help you anymore. Well, sorry, you can't have a P.O Box. Oh, well, click on here, there's a forum that might be able to help you. There's no help and there's nowhere else to go on it. But I have the plan J. So is it good news, bad news? I must say, until I had plan J late this morning, it was terrible news, because they basically got my money and I've got some super chats there. So that's my money. That's not from the adverts. That's my money. So we will see. We will see. Katie's going. Nice hanging out with you for a bit, Dawn. Got to go to work now. Actually, I'll check out your channel later. Have a great day. It's been lovely to have you. It's been really nice to have you. I enjoy seeing all your animals. So yes, basically plan J. But as I say, I would be interested to know if any Americans watch this. How do you get over if you've got a P.O Box for your tax form? And as I say, there's people in Cyprus that have been getting money and they certainly don't fill out tax forms. And how do you do it if you're, say, what I'm trying to get to the point is they must be paying people and not checking them out, because you've got YouTubers that are nomadics, living wildly, boaters. I watch a lot of people who live on canals in England and that kind of thing. They're always going on about they have to have a P.O Box because they don't have an address. How are those YouTubers getting money? A lot of van lifers, they actually live in their van full time. So if they might be using someone else's address, but it does say that you can't use another address unless your name is on, say, the utility bills or something like this. And I did send them as well documentation from, like, our government workers, if you like, stamped to say that in rural Cyprus you have a P.O Box. This is your only address. And I sent an overhead shot of where I am rurally so they can see. And I also sent my top of my bank statement that's got my name and my P.O Box. And banks, even here, won't accept a P.O Box for an address. And what they do is, if you say, well, I'm rural, I've got a P.O Box, which they're aware of, they actually come out and look where you are to prove it, and you have to have documentation to show that you bought this property, the land. So yeah, we're on plan J. I'm kind of, I won't say defeated by it, but I just thought it's mine, it's my money. And I wasn't doing it for the money, but by goodness, it will certainly help for sure, definitely. So yeah, that's it. Is it good news? Is it bad news? I did think from day one, before I got that PIN number, I did think that was going to be a case of, sorry, P.O Box. But now that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure in the actual mad sense. I think it's basically because of the tax form, which I shouldn't have been filling in anyway. The tax form, I'm assuming they won't accept a P.O Box. Ashley says I live wildly, but I'll talk about that another time. Please don't. Ashley, when are you coming to visit? I have accommodation. I've got workaways here till, well, I'm not really sure how long they're here till. They're coming about 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks' time. And they're the ones that are coming to look for somewhere to live here. And I'm doing that relocator for them. I found them properties and land to look at. They're originally from Latvia. And their plan is that I narrow it down to exactly what they want. So I've got 3 in the bag to really show them, but there's really 2 that I think they should go for one or the other. The third one's just a different option. And their plan is that they don't come out and spend hours walking around and be duped by people selling their land at the wrong price. So they want me to find things that are the correct price, or that I will approach people and say, well, obviously you're doing the tourist type prices. And their plan is then, so they're here, they're helping me on the land for their accommodation, and then they're not spending time looking at loads of things that aren't suitable, and they want me to tell them if I was buying another place where I would buy. So basically good for growing and everything. And they're hoping then to find something quickly and very likely stay with us until it's gone through, or a possibility of staying with us until let's say they go for one that's just land, or they need to do something to a property, then they stay with us possibly so they can get that done before they move in. So we don't have an end date really for them to go, but I have a room in my house as well. So because we used to do an Airbnb of one of the bedrooms in our house, and obviously with all what's happened in the world, and I'm quite vulnerable, I didn't want to do that anymore. So we just have other accommodation. Probation officer took my passport away. They didn't like the alien picture. Alien picture. Ah, alien. I don't have one. I don't have a passport. I couldn't afford it. We couldn't afford to keep it, and obviously with my condition as well, it was a bit dodgy to fly for a long time, or no one can deal with you. They don't know what to do. So they did say when I went to come out here, my medical team said, wherever you go, make a wise choice, and that will be your last. Hey there, Danny. How are you? Nice of you to join me. I'm really pleased you've come. I've seen you on lots of channels floating around lately. Did I see you were being interviewed by someone? Has that just gone or just coming up? I'm sure I saw someone was going to be interviewing you, or you was interviewed with someone on the channel. Just floating. Just floating. How are you doing? Well, guys, if you're on here, put about what your next video is up. I like people to sort of share their community. So if you've got a video you've either just posted and you want us to come and look, or something you've got planned, or indeed if you've got a project coming up. So what are you doing? What are you growing? Have you got something new happening? And I've been asking this question a lot lately. If you had to change your channel name, what would you change it to? So have a think about that, and either put it in here or put it later in the comments if you think of something. Eric from Kansas interviewed me. Then I have one coming up with Gail Southern Living. Oh, I know Gail. On Sunday the 22nd. Oh, look out for that then. Depends what time it's on, because now I'm 6:30 at night, 6:30 p.m. So obviously anything for you, Danny, that would be your morning is more suitable for me to watch. Lunchtime's okay. It's okay, but it's very hard to sort of catch up. What time are you there now, Danny? I know what time Ashley is. Ashley's in England. Jason's there as well. Jason's in England. I thought he was in America, but he's in England. Currently, he's into gardening and allotments and things at the moment. I believe he's got a dog. I think he has a dog. Yes. He's a dog. Yeah, pretty sure. And I don't have notifications because I'm on an old laptop. There's no point. It'd be in a Gmail that I only come on once a day and check on my Gmails. So I don't have a mobile phone. So I just have to remember. And I've got a calendar. I do write down people. Danny has just planted sweet corn Saturday. Oh, I've just been asking tips about growing sweet corn, Danny. I'm going to still plant okra. Yeah, okra. Do you say okra or okra? And we call them ladies' fingers, is how we call them. Green beans. I so want some beans. Guys, if anyone's got some bean seeds, they could send me. I so want some beans. Purple whole peas. Oh, I don't know what they are. Cantaloupe. Yeah, we say melon. And watermelon. Oh, wow, you've got a lot going on. Ashley's Allotment Diary channel. Jason says, I would change it to the Jason Statham Appreciation channel. Oh, you'd get viewers there, wouldn't you? Oh, yes. Black eyed peas. Oh, I love black eyed peas. I didn't know they were called that. Purple whole peas. I'm going to write that down. Are they easy to grow? Purple whole peas. I've never heard that name. Oh, that sounds good. Oh, I love black-eyed peas. Like in Chinese food. Black-eyed peas and chicken, or no, it's not black-eyed peas. I'm getting mixed up. I'm thinking black bean, aren't I? Black bean. I'm thinking black bean. It's shelling them that's tedious. Do you know what I'm doing right now? I've picked all the pods from my cauliflowers and I'm slitting them, and I've got a video coming up of if people don't know how to get the seeds out. Oh, it's tedious because they're like little tiny dots of seeds. Oh, that's tedious. Oh my goodness. I do broccoli ones, which in the video where I say about I'm collecting the pods from the cauliflower, and I say that it's the same for other brassicas like broccoli, and in the clip I actually say that I'm showing you how I do the broccoli. It's exactly the same, but they're a bit bigger, so it's easier to show that on film. But the cauliflower seeds are like little tiny dots. Going to film a garden tour here shortly. I love looking at those. I really do like looking at those. And I always like, my favourite is watching someone's journey if they've moved into a new homestead or a new house or a new lifestyle. They're my favourite ones, particularly a new country. I really love that. Jason says, Black Eyed Peas, aren't they a pop band? It's the Black Eyed Peas, isn't it? Yes, I think that is the Black Eyed Peas. Yeah, now what's the song? I'm not very good at groups and song names, but I know songs and I know groups, but I'm never very good at matching them. Yeah, it's the Black Eyed Peas, isn't it? You're laughing. Yes, Jason's very humorous, Danny. If you haven't seen his channel, he's a great guy, he really is. He keeps me laughing. That's the one with Fergie. Oh, that's it. Yeah, Fergie, the girl. Yes, that's right. And do you know the royal family in England, Danny? One of the princes, married a girl, Sarah Ferguson, and she's known in England as Fergie. So every time people talk about Fergie from the band, it's like, oh, she did a band. His name is Jason on page now, Ashley Allotment. It's his joke, Danny. His name is Ashley. It's Ashley's allotment diary. His name's Ashley. Yeah, he's crazy, but I love him. I really love him. Danny knows. On the page name, Ashley Allotment, right? Yeah, so Danny, some tips please on sweet corn. I was talking about earlier before you came on hilling up. Last year I got one small kernel, but I don't know what happened. I think I probably didn't plant them deep enough, possibly. I think I'm cool with the watering of them. I know, like I was saying earlier, the silks and the tassel things and doing that, but they just didn't really. Yeah, you could hand pollinate those in, couldn't you? Hand pollinate those. I do that anyway, everything, whether it needs it or not, I just do it to be sure. And I always grow things like cantaloupes and zucchinis, anything like that. I always grow a few, then a few more, and then a few more, so that you've always got the male and female. And I've done a two-part video quite some time back of pollinating them and the difference between the males and the females and everything about that. Oh, it's your first year growing. Ah, see, I'm new to your channel. I don't really know a lot about your channel yet. This is my first year growing, so unfortunately I don't have tips yet. But stay tuned to my channel. I'm sure I have some mistakes to report on what to do and not to do. That's why I learn. And so many people say, oh, you're a really good channel and we learn a lot from you. I didn't grow a single thing till I came here. I didn't. People seem to, well, ask me, yeah, like you say, you learn what not to do and pick up tips. And I always say, Danny, as well, get lots of information and then play around with it, because some things work for some people or some areas or some countries. Sometimes a combination works really well. Like I say, I hand pollinate regardless. And we have so many. Oh, we've got a plague of ladybirds at the moment. Not a terrible plague like there was in Brighton many years ago. And we also got a small plague of flies that apparently have come over from Portugal, because they have a really terrible season of flies and mosquitoes there. It's your alter ego. I would say it's your income. Do you do? Oh, you do you do a stunt? Are you the stunt double, or do you have a stunt double? That's my workaways. They're my stunt doubles for doing my garden. Yes, I would say about if you had to change your channel name, what would it be? And I wouldn't change it to this, but I just came up with the thought of the accidental gardener or the accidental homesteader, because I hadn't come here to do a homestead. It was just there was so much land. There were fruit trees here, but nothing else, and the olive trees, obviously. So I had to learn how to deal with olive trees. And I'll tell you, it's so easy, really. I know I've done that big video on really cutting them right back, but they don't need barely any water or anything really done with them other than picking and a bit of pruning now and then. And I would definitely, if I moved again, I would want an olive grove. And the olive oil, obviously, fantastic to use. So yeah, I would call myself the accidental homesteader, I think, because I hadn't planned on doing it. I learned how to do the olives, and then I thought, oh, I think we had a melon or something we'd bought, and I was like, oh, I could put the seeds in the ground. And that was the start of it, and it's just expanded and expanded. I'm laughing. Yeah, so it's just expanded from that. And we had some tomatoes. I think I put the seeds in that. And that really is, when did I first buy seeds? Probably after I'd done those initial tomatoes, melons, things I'd bought, we'd eaten, and I saved the seeds. I think I went out and bought a few basic stuff, peppers, saving seeds of those. And that's why my first, quite a big chunk of my gardening videos is just those same few things, but lots of them. Oh, you drive the Audi. Of course you do. Of course you do. You drive the Audi. Transporter films. Yeah, I like those. I quite like those. I'm not so keen on him as an actor. To me, an actor is completely different in whatever role they play, not the same person doing different lines in different films. And he's one of those what I call doing the same lines in different films. I like an actor as well where you don't recognise them in the film. It's like, oh, or sometimes you hear their voice and you think, oh, who is that? I know that. Who is it? And they've been done up so well. So yeah, to me, oh, who's that other bloke who's the same in every film? I think he was in that Notting Hill, the tall guy. I like him. I like the films he does, but it's just him. And I always say, if you played a very quick clip of him in any film, you wouldn't, unless you know the film well, you know the lines, but you wouldn't know what film you're watching because they're the same. Hugh Grant, is it? Hugh Grant? Yeah, Mike says, yeah. Danny says, I thought about changing my name to Addictions. Alter Your Addictions. I thought that would be confrontational. I don't know. I think today, Danny, particularly in England, you can be confrontational about the slightest word or meaning now. From junkie to gardener. Now, junkie means something else entirely in the Caribbean. So, yeah, something of that nature. Yeah, junkie to gardener. Yeah. Or you could do both those titles and put a little like slash or dash between. Well, that's different. I tell you what, that would make people look, wouldn't it? I call it an Audi. Some people call it mobility scooter. I'd like one of those. They call them different names in different countries. Um, oh, what they call them now? I can't think of any word now, top of my head. They have them in India. Like they like for the taxis, but the motorised ones, not the pedal ones. Well, I'm no longer a junkie. It's been sober 5 years. Good for you. Good for you, Danny. Gardening's therapy. It does. It just clears your mind anyway, doesn't it? It keeps your hand busy. It's like smoking, I think. If people smoke, they need to keep their hands busy. I think it's the sitting down doing nothing. It's with anything like that. Good for you, Danny. Good for you. Yeah, that's really great. Garden's therapy. It's a therapy in many ways. For me, it's a physical therapy and a mental therapy too. But and that's what a lot of the chats and channels are, isn't it? It helps in the community. You don't have to be a homesteader or a gardener or anything like that, but obviously it's a help if you're in that. I tell you a channel you might like, Danny, is I'm going to tell you a channel now, and you'll be like, "That's where I met you, Dawn," because I forget where I first came across you. Black's Tropical Homestead. You're going to tell me now that's where I met you. Seeing positive results, what worked on satisfying. Yeah, I was saying to Mike earlier, I like planting seeds. I like seeing them first grow. I don't like watering beds where nothing's happening. I don't like doing that. I love to see the produce and I love picking the produce, but then I'm done. I don't really want to prep it or cook it. I want to pass it on. I want a chef here, and I'm the gardener, and I pass on the produce, and then they whip up something fancy. Oh, that's where I found you. Yeah, I love Sherry. Was you there when I won the prize? I won the prize. I was so excited. That's the hard part. Yeah, as I was saying earlier in the chat, don't know if you was in then, but I want to get this upright freezer, not upright, like a chest freezer, but it's tall and square. And I want to just chop it all up and bag it. I don't mind doing that so much, but I'm not a cook. As you see, my recipes, all my recipes are mostly just cooking up whatever I grow, put them in different combinations. Done. That's me. You've just typed a new channel name. Gardening is my therapy. Yes. Oh, good call there, Jason. Good call. That's what. Can you like sell that to Danny? That is great. Oh, that's really great. You could keep your name anyway, Danny. Keep Danny Day's Homestead dash gardening is my therapy. Oh, that's brilliant. I like that. You could sell that, Ash. Yeah, you could sell that. People do that, you know, for a living. They sell like website names and business names. I'd like to be in advertising, as in people always say I'm good with words and clever with words and that kind of thing. I'd like to do advertising. Uh, Danny says, I just think it's amazing how you plant a small seed, it grows to be food or beautiful flower. Love it. I tell you what I think's amazing, when you've got a little delicate thing comes out the ground and you've got solid ground and they just push out. We've got some, I don't know what they are, some wild flowers here, and it's when the ground is really compact, just all over the land, and it's lots of green shoots come out like chives. They look like they're not chives, but it's lots of green shoots like that, and the ground just breaks, but they're so thin, and as I say, just like chives almost. They're so thin come out, but the whole ground's broken. That's amazing. I do like that. Yeah. Yeah, I like to see it grow, and I like this time of year. For me, we're in our early summer now, and I've got all the big yellow flowers of the zucchinis and the squash and the melons, cantaloupes, and all those things. Yes, that's amazing. Yeah, I like the flowers, and as I say, we've got lots of ladybirds. We seldom see a ladybird. That's how infrequent ladybirds are here, but they're here. And this year, particularly on my artichokes, they're just everywhere. As I say, there was a plague came in of flies, and we did get the mosquitoes luckily, but the flies from Portugal. And I think they must have come in the wind with them. And he says, I've laundry and dishes. You need a mic. I've got a mic. Here, he's my chore fairy. Need to film garden tour by popular demand. Yeah, I'll be there. I have written you down. Yeah, I write it down to make sure I do come and see your channels. Can't today, but I want to show you some love, and you indeed have. I feel like I've really chatted with you today, Danny. So really appreciate that. That's for me what I've got the 2 lives a week for. I'm here every Monday and every Wednesday at the same time. If you're not sure of the start time, it's underneath in the description. So I'd love to see you again. I've enjoyed your company, and Jason and Blue's in. I don't know if anyone else is still in or not, but yeah. Sometimes a small chat is sort of nicer because you can really talk more one to one as well. So that's really great. So yeah, and we all check out each other's channel. My community is quite diverse because I don't just do homesteading. I do other things as well on my channel, relocating and like in Cyprus. So I've got a lot of tourism type channels watch me as well. And I was just looking at around the world, what channels, what countries watch me, and there's some very diverse channels out there. I get ladybirds on my shed, loads of them. They probably come for the snails. Probably come for the snails. Oh dear. Did you sell them? Or were they the wrong type? That's what you need to do. Bring them out, transport them out, and set up a snail farm out here. Oh dear. Yeah, so I was saying my channel's quite diverse in the type of people that come, different types of channels come. So really this is a good forum, my chat, to meet some people rather than that round and round circuit of seeing the same people all the time. So yeah, sometimes you meet some new folk on my channel. So, and you don't need to do it in the chat. You can just look through my comments as well and pop up with someone, and you know if they're on my channel, they're a good community. So if they're not on my channel, then I'm not saying that if they're not on my channel, they're not a good community, but I'm saying I only keep people in my little hub of great community. So really kind people, and we all help each other as well. So have you got any questions, guys? Have you got any questions while I'm here? I was going to do a Q&A a little while back, and I asked for questions, and it was a case of if you want to see Mike more, then actually ask me in the comments some questions for Mike, and then he'll answer them. And then we get him on camera. And I have got a really good idea. I've asked him, I want to do a different sort of video with him. It's just getting the time together to do it, really. And I've had a really good idea that would be quite fun. But he's got to do it with me, because you'll see, there's something a bit different. And it's going to make me look really stupid. But it's reality, let's say. It's reality. So yeah, I want to get that filmed soon. And it's getting quite hot now, so it's something we don't have to do outdoors, now you're wondering. So it's something we could do actually when it's hot time, because it's siesta time we have now, lunchtime, and that for several hours. It's quite hot. So yeah, that's, oh, and talk about fun videos. I haven't posted it yet. It must be due to come up, but every time I think, oh, I'll post that next, I've got an update of something growing, and I can't sort of leave that too long before I post it, or it's out of date then. But I've spoken about it a lot. I will post it soon. It's a skit or a joke or a funny video, whatever you call it, where you're from, and me, how I film the wildlife. So it's a fun video. There's wildlife in it. It's me filming wildlife, but it's how I film the wildlife. And as I say, that will be up. What I do is, as I edit a film, I have it on a separate sheet of paper, and I put them sort of in the order. But then I'll look, oh, this one's next to do. Oh no, I've got an update of something else first. Put that in, because they're growing. You've got to keep up with videos. Jason's got a question. You asked me a question. Didn't say I'd answer it. You asked me a question. So yeah, this skit one, I say skit because I know most people call it a skit. But me and Ash don't really say skit. What would we say? A fun video, spoof video, I suppose. But there's wildlife in it. I do love filming my wildlife. Yeah, one of the cats got one of my favourite birds the other day, the whoopie bird. I've got videos on that. I've done 2 or 3 on that. The whoopie bird. They're so pretty. And they're supposed to be quite, not rare to see, but you don't see them often. And here we have families of them every year for ages. And I've filmed, I think I posted it already, the noise that they make, the call, the bird call. They're so pretty. I've got feathers here. That's one of the small feathers from it. And then the top of their head, they're bigger, the feathers. That's just a small, oh, you can see all my feathers. The plume, he has a big plume on top of his head like this, and they're ginger colour, and the actual bird is part this and part ginger. Yeah, can you see all my feathers there? You see my turkey feathers? Oh, sorry, just need the cable. I've got also, these are all feathers from my garden, apart from the turkey feathers. The turkey feathers are from the stables where I go and help, because he's got a turkey. And as I said at the beginning, if you go and look at the video I posted on my other channel, the channel's linked below, you'll see the turkey today. I think it's actually in the thumbnail. The question is, when are you going to put the kettle on? I'm parched. Yes, well, I don't have tea. I don't do tea. I don't do tea. But, Ashley, the kettle is on, waiting for you to arrive. So you can arrive. The only mug I have, I don't have a mug in here. I have my mug that I used to do my outro on my lives on Monday, which I didn't do this week because it was chaos with no chat. I couldn't believe it. The chat just wasn't there. I didn't even have that bit where at the top of the chat says top chat. And you do know, don't you? Hit that. Do you all know that? Where it says top chat at the top of your chat, you just hit the down arrow. Put it on live chat. You don't want top chat. You want live chat. Well, you don't see everything. And it also delays it a little bit more if you have top chat, but you still don't get as fast as I do. I'm ahead. I'm way ahead. I'm a head and a body and legs and arms and all that as well. So do you have sugar and milk? Mike's making you one now, Ash. We have tea bags in case we have guests that have tea, but neither of us have tea. And the first thing the Cypriots say is, oh, you want tea? They don't really do tea. And that, oh, you have tea? We don't know how to make tea. And I went, no, we don't have tea. And they went, but aren't you from England? Even though it's an English thing, it wasn't. It was the English when they were in India, when they were like army and whatever in India. That's where it comes from. And then they just brought it back with them. But everyone thinks it's like an English thing where they think they grow tea. Although I have heard they do, or someone tried to start growing tea in England, but then they also try to do champagne and other stuff. Something works, some things don't. Oh, your tea's ready. You didn't say if you have milk or sugar. It's in the kitchen if you want it, Ashley. It's in the kitchen. Oh, you can see more. Oh, that's because Mike came and ran the cleaner through my laptop. I don't think you normally see that. You certainly don't see my whiteboard. Can you tell what that is on my whiteboard? Oh, I'm just writing down what it says on top. Oh, that's all right. Someone zoom in. Can you see what that is? Oh, yeah. 1 sugar, milking last. Yes, exactly. Yes, that's the proper way, isn't it? That's the proper way. Yes. Can you see what that is? All this little. I swear I need new glasses. To me, it just looks like lots of little dots in nice rows. Looks like some sort of growing plan. Can you see what it is? Yes, because I don't think you normally see the feathers. And my fibre optics, I'm a great lover of coloured lights, fibre optics, UV colour lights. I'm sure I was a moth in a previous life. Christmas lights. I'm not so keen on like just white lights, but lights. And I've got, I haven't got it here in the other room. I've got like a glass block. It's probably about that, like a glass brick, if you like, but it's not a glass brick, but it looks like that. It looks white and misty. And you can either run it as it is, not plugged in, or plug it in, and it just changes colours of lights, like not a nightclub, it's not bright, it's just like soft lighting. Plug the tea bag, but nothing's come up yet. I was watching a video yesterday. Is it Life with Linda and Chuck? I think that's what their channel's called. I'm not very good with names of channels. Yeah, Life with Linda and Chuck. And they're nice guys. If you want to look for another channel, Ashley, Life with Linda and Chuck. And he was doing sort of a fun thing about he's not the perfect gardener or something. It was quite fun. And he's saying, look at all this mess, and he digs up and there's a lump of concrete. And I said to him, in the comments, oh, I can't grow concrete. How did you grow concrete? I'm not managing it. And he came back with the comments of, you just have to use a lot of fertilizer. So I went back, I thought, that explains it. I don't use fertilizer in my garden. You can see what channels I look for. He's fun, and the very beginning of that video, he's got like a face in the tree. He's put, that's fun. Yeah, they're nice guys. So I don't know if you're looking for any more channels to look at, but yeah, Life with Linda and Chuck. Let me just type that in because it's not necessarily how you think. Just checking that is correct. Life with, I've got so many channels here. Life with. Oh dear. Life with Linda, and it says that's not a word, and Chuck. It's Linda. Yeah, they're quite fun. Have you got any channels to recommend, Ashley? The only one I think I see you on other channels. Where did I find you? Where I left you. I don't know where we came together. I feel we've been quite a long time together. I think I possibly was looking up something. We'll take a look. Yeah, say I mentioned them. They're quite supportive as well. Yeah, I think I was looking something up. So I kind of look at names of channels where it was how to grow something or do something, or I can't remember. I think that's how I came across you. And then I look for like a title rather than going down the whole lot. I look for a title of a channel that sounds like you're more growy. You know what I mean? So allotment, yeah. Allotment. How much do you pay for your allotment? Because I heard they got really expensive. Lou was talking to me about allotments quite some time ago. Yeah, I think that's how I found you. Yeah, I definitely found you. And then, as I say, when I go on the new channel, I just jump around a bit and look for things. Sometimes I look at playlists, not very often, unless it's something like relocating, because then I want to look at all those. But I love journeys. I really do love the long journeys. Seeing how people, as I say, particularly move abroad or start a new life. Yeah, I came to you, I'm pretty sure I looked up something, how to do something I hadn't grown before, or maybe even asked a question. I didn't ask questions. Yeah. Well, time's getting on. Mike's going to want his dinner. It's 7 p.m. almost here. Thanks for joining me, everyone that did, and I've had fun. I've really enjoyed this one. This is what I missed when I couldn't get the chat up the other day. So yeah, thanks for being here. Don't forget, drop a comment below after the video as well. And yeah, have a really good time, and hope anyone who grows, your growing is very successful. And whatever you do in life, whether you grow or not, make sure you enjoy what you do and choose to be happy. See you next time. Bye, Ashley.